Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. We got a lot to cover today. A lot to cover, a lot to go over, a lot to break down. We're going to break down everything that's going on with the PBC, and the PBC are having problems. The PBC are having problems. Once again, it's your landlord, and it's time to break it down. If you're entering the building and you support the IBFP, go ahead and hit that like button. Salute the MR. Salute the Wayne. Al B. Will. Salute, my brother. Salute. And we're joined by here, my brother D. Jefferson. And for the love of sport, let's talk about it.
What's up? What's up, everybody? What's good with you, brother? What's good?
Hold on, D. We got a lot to get into today, my brother. We got a lot. These dudes is wilding out here, man. I can't even believe what I'm hearing.
Craziness, insanity.
Salute the boxing monster, Marta Machine, the UGC, IOTBA. Salute, Mr. 214. Salute, Francisco Moreno. Salute, Jonathan Solis, Jorge Bonilla. Salute, Soldier for God. Salute, Scott Brown. Salute. Let's go ahead and break it down, D. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over this TMZ article that I'm pretty sure that you know, that they found a loaded gun in Errol Spence Jr.'s car. And the issue with it is, guns are legal in Texas if you have a concealed and carry license that you can bring with you. The problem with this is the only reason Errol Spence Jr. was not charged with it is because they couldn't link the gun to Errol Spence. So that's the only reason he wasn't charged. Had this been a regular car crash, he wasn't ejected, the gun didn't fly out the car, he would have been charged with a weapons charge as well as a DUI. What do you think about that, D?
Well, I say this, man. Texas is a tough place. I'm not one to hold judgment against a guy carrying a pistol because I have my own past. But, he got all the means to just go ahead and get his carry and concealed, licenses and everything. Again, in a state like Texas where other people are carrying weapons, I'm not going to hold it against him carrying a weapon. I just think it was stupid for him to get drunk and go driving off anyway. The weapons just make it even dumber. What I mean?
Well, my thought on it, D, is, first of all, he's strap season for real. Yeah. That's one thing we know. He's strap season for real. The second thing is, it's not a problem with me if he has a weapon because, you got to protect yourself. You're a celebrity. You have money. All those things make sense. Here's the problem. Why don't you have your license? Because if you don't have your license and you get pulled over, you're looking at prison times. Now you're drinking and driving and have a weapon with no license. Now you're putting yourself in a bad situation. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yep. You got to come in here. You got to do the right thing. You can have a weapon, but do it the right way because, you have too much depending on you. You're going to blow your whole career over a weapons charge. I don't see the point in that.
Right. And he already messing up, and then he just had an Instagram post. He had a party, bottles all behind him and everything. And it's like, bro, really? Even if you're not drinking, you shouldn't even take a picture with all of these bottles and shit behind you. You at a party and you just went through all of this nonsense, then the gun charge pop up. It just started to seem like one of those things that happens to, certain fighters in their career. Adrian Broner started getting in a little stupid trouble. The next thing you know was trouble after trouble, and he's washed. His career is washed. Like, Spence, what more do you need, bro? It's just crazy.
It doesn't make sense. Look, you look at it like this, but, I don't hold it against Spence. As long as he don't keep this pattern and this trend going, he should be all right. Look, you learn your lesson from the alcohol drinking and driving. Put the gun away unless you get your license and just move on from the incident. But, the problem with it wasn't just a gun without a license. It's drinking, driving, and a gun. Yeah. You don't know what could happen when you mix all three of those ingredients. So you got to make better decisions. And this is a trend we're seeing with the PBC fighters. We see it, we see it with, Adrian Broner messing up, doing idiotic things. We see, and, even aside from this, Errol Spence Jr. has just been making mistake after mistake. This is the same guy who said, I got to stop ballooning up 25 pounds in weight before fights. That's ridiculous, bro. That shows you're not dedicated to the sport. The sport's not your first love. How can anybody compare him to Floyd Mayweather when you're taking those approaches? You don't see Terrence Crawford ballooning up 25 pounds in weight. You just don't see it. You just don't see it.
Lack of discipline all across the board. I mean, the Charlo's showing it, Ruiz showed it, Tank Davis showed it, Errol Spence showed it. Just lack of discipline, bro. I mean, too much partying and eating and lack of discipline, bro.
We got a few questions in the chat we're going to get to. The first one was from Raider from LA, and he said, if Crawford Porter happens, who's the A side? Who do you want to take this one first, or you want me to?
I mean, Crawford, easy. Porter is a contender now. He doesn't even have a belt. And, he lost his belt. It would be a blessing. A lot of people got to understand that would be a blessing for Sean Porter to lose a belt and get a title shot right after losing his belt. So, clearly Crawford would be the A side. He got everything he's bringing to the table. Porter, the only thing he's bringing to the table is a viable name for Crawford. So I'm going to say Crawford clearly the A side.
I agree 100% with that. Crawford always does millions of views if he has even a respectable opponent or some type of interest on ESPN, big platform. Sean Porter really doesn't do much as far as numbers and sales. He just brings the fight. That's what Sean Porter do. And, with Sean Porter and Crawford, this could turn into a mega fight. He needs to take the fight. And just to touch on that whole ducking situation, I don't think he's ducking Porter, but I think it's an idiotic business move to not fight him because of a friendship when you have no one else to fight. The PBC is literally giving you a bone and you're spitting at it. You're spitting at it. I get you want unification with Errol Spence, but if he's ducking you, he's not going to stop ducking you because you fight Porter or not. If you go out and watch Porter, you can create a demand for the fight where he has nowhere to go. But without fighting a Porter, no one wants to see you versus another no-name guy. You got to take the fights while they're in front of you.
Yep. Totally agree. Bad business move. Horrible business move, man. Can't really call it a duck. Like, when you got a guy screaming your name, and you're not taking the fight, then that's a duck. But when neither guy is taking the fight, it's not. I mean, you can't really consider it a duck. But it got to be a bad business move because you should be trying to make that fight. But Errol Spence, man, and Terrence Crawford. Like, Terrence Crawford should just start looking to do other things and start worrying about Errol Spence right now. That's just how I look at it. Because if he doesn't want to fight him, he's going to get the fight to happen. And
he could start with Sean Porter. Yeah. And we got another question. And SG Barca 4 says, what's good, fellas? Do you still think Mikey Garcia is elite? My opinion on this is I don't think he's done anything to warrant his elite status. I believe he was elite before, but after that poor performance of Errol Spence getting washed over 12 rounds, not putting up any resistance, and now you're still idiotic enough to take on a Jesse Vargas at 147. And that's a winnable fight. I don't know if he'll win it or not, but still, you need to be in a division to go improve your status at this point. Take on a Regis Prograis, both of you guys coming off a loss. And if you can get that victory, then people can start considering you again because he lost a razor-thin decision against Josh Taylor. So show us what you really are. This Jesse Vargas fight makes no sense.
No, it makes no sense. And it's purely for the money. So it makes no sense for us as boxing fans. But on the money side of it, it makes all the sense in the world, especially if they – sealed a three-way triangle, which I think is getting Manny over there, making it a Mikey Manny show over at the Zone. That would be huge. I mean, if that's the whole game plan, then it's understood why he did it. What it gives to us for fans is worthless, man. Like, Mikey need to do something after that horrible display. 12 rounds. 12 rounds, you did nothing. Not one round. You didn't win one round. So you got to do something, man. And Vargas just ain't really cutting it, but like I said, at the end of the day, if it's ultimately for the Manny Pacquiao fight over there on the Zone, then no one cares. If that fight happened, no one cares about him going for Vargas and all of that. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't happen, then Mikey just need to. I don't know, man.
What's funny is Mr. Nice Guy said the Jesse Vargas fight is to make up for the Errol Spence loss, LOL. And that's what Mikey said. That's really what's pathetic. If you really think that a guy who had a draw with Adrian Broner is to make up for an Errol Spence loss just because it's at 147, Mikey Garcia is seriously delusional. He's chasing a Manny Pacquiao payday. Even if he gets it, he's going to get stopped or beat badly. What's the point in this? You should be going for your legacy at this point. He's throwing away all the great fights that can be made by being an absolute idiot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's not going to make up on that horrible display against Errol Spence at all. So you might as well carry that nonsense. I don't even know where he even gets that logic from. But he's going to have to do something. And Vargas, like I said, Vargas is not cutting it. If at the end of the day it's a Pacquiao deal and he gets in the fight with Pacquiao, okay, fine. But other than that, man, Mikey's he's garbage right now.
We got a good question from Adrian M. He said, if Mayweather does come back, just like Dana White is saying, in 2020, we will get a real boxing contender like Crawford, Spence, Canelo, or Pacquiao, or we get more MMA fighters, Thai kickboxers, and Andre Bertos of the world. I'll take this one first, D. I will say this. There's no way Floyd Mayweather would fight Canelo Alvarez at this point. And the reason why he won't fight Canelo Alvarez is because Canelo Alvarez is in his prime. He's elite. And Floyd would be at a disadvantage. He's not fighting anybody at any disadvantage. It's just not happened. Manny Pacquiao, I'd be surprised if he take that fight at this point. I don't think that he'll take any Spence fight, Terrence Crawford fight. All of those fights are too dangerous for an old Mayweather who we don't know what he looks like at this point. I think Floyd takes an easy fight, a tune-up fight. If he takes a boxing match, it's going to be against somebody he can easily beat without any risk, without any power, something, or it's probably just another publicity stunt type of fight.
Floyd Mayweather, guys, is coming back to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. I'm telling you right now. So don't nobody get your hopes up high. He damn sure ain't going to get in there with none of those young lions like Pacquiao did. He's not getting in there with Crawford. He's not even getting in there with Thurman or Garcia, bro. Floyd's not fighting them. Floyd's coming back to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov, and it's going to be another one of these stupid publicity stunt fights between the UFC and boxing. And it's going to make a ton of money, and that's what Floyd's coming back to do. As far as Floyd and Canelo, please. Canelo will beat the hell out of Floyd right now. It's just that simple. I don't care who likes it or who don't like it. Canelo will beat the hell out of Floyd Mayweather right now. Just that simple. And that fight definitely ain't. Floyd not putting himself in that kind of danger. You got to be kidding me. He wouldn't even put himself in that kind of danger. So you guys just get ready for the announcement to be made. Floyd Mayweather versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's the fight.
D, we got another one here. And this next one starts from Dwayne Styles. Will Canelo be undisputed in 2 weight classes? You want to take this one first or you want me to get it?
I mean, I'm going to say no right off the bat. First off, man, like, if y'all talking 4-belt undisputed, it's so hard to make happen. And so I say no to that right off the bat. He got to work on 160 first. And you got 3 guys waiting on 1. Y'all know he's not going to fight 1, 2, 3 right down the line. So I think that's far-fetched to see him go on undisputed in 2 weight classes. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think it'll happen. Too much politics.
My thing about that is I think it's possible because of his skill set, because if you look at everybody at 168 and 160, all of those are technically winnable fights for Canelo. There's different opponents that can give him challenges, but they're all somewhat winnable fights. The only problem that we have with that is Canelo Alvarez, just like you said, there's going to be cross-promotion with the PBC in too many fights. And you know those guys don't like to cross the street. It's going to be too hard to make those fights with too many people. These guys aren't going to always want to cooperate. They're going to price themselves out. They're going to clout chase. They're going to ask for ridiculous things that they know they won't get, and then that's going to hold all those fights, and it'll hold up undisputed. I mean, you can see a guy like Jamal Charlo trying to, demand $10 million or $20 million just because he know he's the holdup in undisputed, thinking that he'll get it. It's that type of idiocy that brings that out. But let's keep going. What are your thoughts on Callum Smith and Danny Jacobs fighting this year? That's a possibility. What do you think about that? My only thought is I think that's, Callum Smith looked atrocious in his last fight. Danny Jacobs didn't want to let his hands go against Canelo, and he didn't look spectacular against Chavez either. I think that's a close fight.
Toss-up. That fight's definitely a toss-up. I mean, every fighter has bad fights, so I'm not going to judge Callum Smith and everything he does off the John Ryder matchup, but he damn sure didn't look good in the John Ryder matchup. Danny Jacobs is what he is. You know what I mean? We know what Danny Jacobs is. He definitely is a fighter that needs to utilize his weight better and let those hands go for sure. But I just think that fight between Carlos, stylistically, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. I mean,
hold on, man. I got a lot of people in the comment section saying nonsense. Look, first of all, Canelo's not ducking anyone, period. If you think he's ducking somebody, if you think he's ducking Demetrius Andre, then who's Demetrius Andre ducking? Because why is he not fighting, Danny Jacobs when he had the opportunity? Who has he fought? Exactly. That's the problem with fanboys. Who is he ducking? Who is he ducking and why? Give me a fact. Canelo Alvarez, has been fighting nothing but the best competition, and these fanboys want Canelo to literally fight everybody at the same time on the same day to prove he's not ducking somebody. You can't fight everybody on the exact same day. You got to take it one fight at a time. One fight at a time. Stop being stupid.
I don't understand these guys in this stupid ducking narrative, bro. Listen, how are you ducking a fight when you're fighting great? Okay? I could see if you cherry picking like my boy Danny Garcia or Deontay Wilder, rematches with fights we don't really want to see. He's going to have a rematch after this next fight because he's going to lose his belt. But I'm going to tell y'all like this, bro. Canelo is fighting fights that people want to see. Y'all might not want to see him because y'all hate. Only thing y'all want to see is Canelo put himself in danger, like go fight Anthony Joshua or Andy Ruiz or something like that. Y'all would pay for that. Come on with that hate, man. Canelo is great. The greatest in boxing right now.
XACE99X says Canelo's a hype job. So let me tell you who this is. This is either Boxing Ego or Dante's Boxing Nation in disguise. He knows his sports. Tom Ross, one of these idiots that don't know anything about boxing. Because for you to say that Canelo Alvarez is a hype job, you got to be an idiot. He's already fought some of the best and biggest names in boxing. Whether you agree that he's great or not, or good or not, you got to admit he's fought Danny Jacobs, Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Floyd Mayweather, Landy Lara. He's fought Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto. He's fought some of the biggest names in the sport. So, to say he's a hype jobs don't fight those guys. Hype jobs fight little names that no one knows about. That's what hype jobs do. This guy's an absolute idiot. This guy's an absolute idiot. And you can't take some fanboys seriously when they say idiotic things. If you want to talk about hype jobs, talk about a guy like Tank Davis, who's never fought anybody, who's going to the finish line. Gervonta Stank Davis, Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis, Gervonta, that's my takeout menu Davis. That's who we're talking about.
Right. You want to talk about a hype job. That's exactly what I was about to say. And this is the kind of guy I can guarantee you praises Stank Davis. Stank Davis did a good job. You got idiots out here saying Stank Davis showed the fortitude to go 12 rounds. He showed fortitude. He didn't show any fortitude in that fight, man. So this guy that make a statement like that, Canelo's a hype job, he's the kind of guy to believe in that stuff about Tank Davis. So you go ahead and believe your foolery. You're telling the truth over here.
See, they're going to get their landlord. And here's a problem. The landlord's in the building, and there must have been, D, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you an interesting story real quick for 3 seconds. I had a bunch of people challenge me over the beginning of this week, say, hey, I want to challenge you to a debate on all these things. I say, show up Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's go. Deal moderated. I had about 3 or 4 people challenge me, different comments. There's nobody here challenging me now. Where are you now, you cowards? I know you're listening, but you won't step into the debate. I had people want to debate on Canelo. People want to debate on Tate. People want to debate on Spence, but nobody wants to step up now that I got the live stream going. Step up. If you're here to debate, step up. Step up.
Nobody want to come out of their little holes. They don't want to debate. They want you to come to their little holes so they can kick you off, kick you into their chat, and all of their wrenches can keep you silent. They don't want to hear the truth, bro. That's the thing. They're trying to silence the truth. When you come onto a real open platform, you can't hide the truth, man. The truth shall set you free. Step up. Stop being scared. Step up, cowards. Step on up.
Cowards. These dudes is coward. AA Boxing. If you on here, step up into the chat and tell me what you want to do. Tell me what you want to debate. Tell me what I'm looking at the chat right now. AA, step up. Tell me what you want to debate right now. Since you were man enough to open your mouth, see if you man enough to respond. So let's get it. Don't just say I'm here. Tell me what you want to debate. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Put it in writing. Anything you want. Anything you want to talk about.
I'm going to give you everything you want and more. See, now you're acting like a coward. Come on now. Troy Graham, step up. What do you want to debate? You accept the challenge, step up. What do you want to debate, Troy? Troy, what do you want to debate? Let's go. I know you from Myron Magnus channel, Troy. I know you. Come on, Troy. Step up. You accept the challenge. Put it in there. It shouldn't take you this long to type. Put the cheeseburger down and step in the chat. Let's go. Put the cheeseburger down and step in the chat. It's your landlord. Step in the chat. Come on now. AA Boxing says, okay, this is what I want. They said, why white should be the mandatory, or your statement on Wilder's the biggest ducker. If you don't understand why Deontay Wilder's the biggest ducker in boxing, then let me gracefully break this down to you, and I'm going to let D touch on it too as well. First of all, anybody that turns down $120 million is the biggest ducker in boxing history, period. There's just no ducker bigger than a guy that would turn down over $120 million. Then you also want to look at it like this. And the rent is due and you're about to be evicted, AA Boxing. And let me explain this to you. This is why Dillian White should be the mandatory. Because he's been fighting eliminators. Because he's been a WBC silver champion. Because he's ranked number 1 in the WBC. And he's yet constantly being, pushed off to the side. So what? Give me a fact and I'll send you a link. Give me a fact as to why he shouldn't be, and I'll send you a link right now. D, you want to step on this one?
Yeah, man. Listen, all of you guys, you sit up here and talk about why should Dillian White be a mandatory? Why shouldn't he be is the question. It's not why should he be. Why shouldn't he be? Why wasn't he long time ago? Why hasn't he already been in the ring with Deontay Wilder? This is something y'all got to think about. All of y'all saying Deontay Wilder will wash White. He'll knock him out, this, that, and the third. So why allow this guy to run around for 2 years talking? Deontay Wilder should have just went in the ring and knocked him out if that's what he's going to do. Why not fight him? He fought all of these other fights besides a man who was ranked number 1. No, the WBC crooked-ass organization did not mandate him, but he was ranked number 1. Since October of 2017, people. He was ranked number 1. So why are you ranked number 1 so long? Wilder can just go in there and knock him out, but he doesn't fight him. And then y'all don't want to accept the fact that he ducked the man. He ducked him. Accept it. He ducked him. Casuals.
It's one of the biggest ducks. And Troy, I'm telling you right now, tell me what about Tank Davis you want to debate? Because we done already bodied this other guy. There's nothing he can come back for when you duck 120 mil, when you keep putting off Dillian White. D, don't forget the text messages Deontay Wilder sent to Dillian White saying that he can make him wait, that he's not going to fight him for years. If you say you're not going to fight a guy for years, what is that but a duck? You can't be that stupid. And tell me right now, Dillian White in the UK on pay-per-view against Deontay Wilder is not his biggest payday to date. That pay-per-view in the UK against Dillian White and Wilder for the WBC championship would be valued and worth more than Deontay Wilder can get against Tyson Fury in the US. Stop playing. Wilder's a ducker and a coward. Tank Cheeseburger Davis. Hold on, Troy Graham, where you at? Troy Graham, where are you at? You said you wanted to smoke. You said you accept the challenge. Step into the debate. It's your landlord. Where are you? See, this is the problem. These dudes get on here and say they want all this smoke, and then they're nowhere to be found when I call you out. Troy Graham, come back to the chat. Let's go. Salute to Vizio, my brother. Salute. Now, where are you?
Hey, Troy Graham, put it down in there. One fact, because I want to let y'all up here so I can light a flame to either one of you.
Okay, he says, I get Tank isn't fighting who we want to as fans. I don't agree with that, but that about his importance to these children. What are you talking about, Troy? What are we talking about here? Troy, like I said, Troy, you got to get your facts right. It's not about who we want him to fight. If we're going to put Tank Davis on a pedestal, Call him elite. Say he's the best in the division. Say he can beat anybody. You can't go the distance with a one-legged fighter that's 1,000 years old, but then at the same time not give Terrence Crawford any credit about it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? D, you want to speak on this?
Listen, man. Listen. Let me tell you something about Tank, Troy. Tank is not doing anything, bro. Period. Like, you got to understand this. I don't understand what is your guys' obsession with Tank Davis. Like, let the Tank go. Let the whole Tank situation go. I used to root for him, too. I used to be a fan, too, but I knew when to jump off the bandwagon. You got to jump off the bandwagon, bro. That dude's not trying to do anything. The Leo Santa Cruz fight is next. You do understand that. He just won a superficial belt, and he's going to fight Leo Santa Cruz next. With all the guys he can fight, he's going to fight Leo Santa Cruz next. And you guys applaud that nonsense.
And hold on, D. We got to adjust this. Regina says, why are y'all hating on the American heavyweight champ and being traitors going with Brits? Speak on that, D. For the love of sports, let's talk about it.
First off, why are you hating on boxing, the sport of boxing, with that comment? See, that's how, this is what make you a fanboy. And I ain't even going to call you a fangirl. I'm going to just call you a fanboy because you coupled in with the rest of them. Now, listen, this is what make you a fanboy. You must be hating on the sport of boxing. I don't care where the champion come from. From Britain, Anthony Joshua not even my favorite champion. Tyson Fury is, and he from Britain too, but still. Anthony Joshua is doing better things, bigger things, making more noise and really trying to get the fight, and Wilder's not. Nobody's hating on him. Listen, the dude's not trying to get the big fights. Y'all should be charging y'all champion. All y'all do is come up here and charge us with y'all fanboy rhetoric, man. Charge the champion. Nobody want to hear this nonsense. We're not hating on Wilder. We're telling the truth. Truth is the new hate. Shout out to
Regina. Let me explain to you something, Regina. We're a fan of greatness. We're a fan of boxing first as a whole. And then to be a fan of boxing, it doesn't say U.S. champion, Deontay Wilder. It says world champion. You're supposed to represent the world. You're supposed to take on Undisputed. Tell me this. If you're a fan of boxing like you say you are, Regina, then why is Deontay Wilder, after 40 fights, not unified one time? You can't. He should have unified by now. Why is he unified one time? The dude is garbage truck juice. It shouldn't have taken young Anthony Joshua in 20-something fights to unify, but Deontay Wilder ain't unified. He's not even fighting the best. He's fighting Luis Ortiz. What are we talking about? You're fighting ancient aliens, and you tell us that we're betraying a guy? You're fighting an ancient alien, and we're betraying a guy? What are you talking about? You can't be this stupid.
Yeah, he portraying us as boxing fans. Nuke AA said facts. Facts are all white. Knew in 2017 he couldn't be mandatory. He refused the IBF final eliminator and AJ for all the belts. That's ducking. So...
Hold on. What he's trying to do, D, is divert. See, you're trying to divert the subject off of a $120 million duck to try to turn it on White. That has nothing to do with him pursuing Deontay Wilder, stupid. That has nothing to do with that.
Right. And you see, clowns like you don't even understand that type of stuff ain't gonna work here. Because the thing is Deontay Wilder avoiding Dillian White. See, what you just said there has nothing to do with the point we're trying to tell you. You're trying to throw shots at White about what he did wrong, the mistakes he made. What does that have to do with Wilder ducking? Accept the facts. Wilder ducked the man. Accept it.
And hold on. We got even more. And someone tells me to call out Blue Blood Sports TV. First of all, is this the dude that drives a school bus? Is this the dude that's driving a school bus? Because the only thing that a blue blood can do is get took to school by the IBFP. It's his landlord. We're not out here talking about school bus drivers, cafeteria ladies, none of these type of dudes, these civil servants. Look, at the end of the day, these dudes is garbage truck juice. Anybody in the LDBC representing that stuff is garbage truck juice. I'm not going to put D in the middle of that because this is what I do. I want the smoke from these dudes. I know D is a neutral guy. He just speaks facts. He just debunks narratives. But I'm the dude that'll call for the smoke against the school bus driver. Tell him to get down off the school bus and come see me, and we can make that happen. That's what we can do. Because Blue Blood, You're a coward, bro. All your content is trash, is garbage. You report fake news, and all you do sun up to sundown is hate on Canelo Alvarez and pump up Jamal Charlo. All you do is hate on Anthony Joshua and pump up Deontay Wilder with those fake narratives and all that trash. So I tell you what we'll do, Blue Blood. If you're man enough to even step to me, which I know you're not, I know you're not even going to mention it. I know you're not going to step in because you don't want to smoke. You're going to keep pushing that school bus childish narrative because you're speaking to children. You're speaking garbage.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna let him make it, D.
Yeah, and I want to say this, Nuke, right? I am pretty neutral, but one thing about me too is anybody can get that smoke. So if you don't like what I say, I don't care who you are, or where you at, or what group you with. If you don't like what I say, you can get that smoke. And that goes for anybody, blue blood or anybody else. I mean, I'm not calling nobody out, but if you don't like what I say, or you feel like you can defend it, come get that work. All of y'all can get it.
And Mighty Blue exposed Troy Graham. He basically said Tank said he's better than Loma because he beat Pedraza in quicker fashion. So look, if you're talking about you're better than Loma because of how you beat a guy in quicker fashion, then why have over the last 3 years you've been pushing off that fight? You say you're better than him, go take the fight. Go take the fight. Go take the fight, you coward. See, get out of the church's chicken line and step in the line to face Vasil Lomachenko. That's the problem with Gervonta Stank Davis. Gervonta is my order ready Davis. Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis. This is why me and D is not playing with these dudes, because these dudes is talking trash. These dudes is wearing a D. What is wrong with this dude?
I don't know what's wrong with him, bro. He don't got his head screwed on right. You know what I mean? Tank Davis, listen, how is it so hard for Floyd and Ellaby to get Tank Davis in the ring with Lomachenko? Lomachenko ain't going nowhere. This man been clout chasing Lomachenko for the past 3 years. That's it. He just been clout chasing. He been using Lomachenko's name to keep his name relevant because he ain't been doing anything in the ring to keep his name relevant. Think about it. Get off Tank balls and think about it.
Hold on. Mr. Accountable said you guys have never been in a real fight. First of all, Mr. Accountable, I can tell you've been in a lot of real fights because look at the way your face is messed up. See, losing fights don't count the same as winning them, stupid. Be honest and unbiased. If you want to get on here and get some of this smoke, name a fact, and we can debate anything. Losing fights don't make you tough. You got to win them. I see. Look at the guy keep the shades on his eyes because they blacked out. We're not playing. It's free smoke over here. Anybody that want it can come and get it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you got that real twisted, buddy boy. I've been in more street fights than I can count. I ain't never been in a boxing match. You're right about that, but I've been in way too many street fights. So you just don't know anything about boxing. What us being in fights have to do with what your knowledge about boxing is? See, you just another fanboy. All y'all try to do is deflect from what we talking about. There's nobody trying to hear nothing about being in no fights, man. Tell us something about boxing and get mashed up like y'all all usually do.
D, this Nicholas says, D, you out here looking like a fresh crackhead.
Hey man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Nicholas. That'll be the finest crackhead I ever seen in my life, man. To keep himself nice like that, I tell you that. So whatever.
Rob B said, y'all hear if he knows his sports, he a sucker. He blocks everyone. You know, that's not why he's a sucker. He's a sucker because his content is trash. He's a sucker because he thinks that Errol Spence is the god that sits on a golden throne, and he wishes the real reason why he supports Errol Spence so much is that he wants Errol Spence to just go into Alaska and bulldoze him. That's really what it is. And I think that Rob C is he knows his sports troll account. And that's why he's on here, because he's a big fan of the landlord and the IBFP. We know it, him and his little brother, Tom Ross, Garbage TV. Let's go.
Tom Ross, man. Tom Ross is the biggest idiot. How you gonna have lives and you got idiotic topics. You're speaking idiotic, and you're gonna go get a partner that's more idiotic than you are. How does that work? And Tom Ross, I swear for the life of me, this dude looked like he be snacking on a bag of rocks. Every lunch break, he's snacking on a bag of rocks. That dude's teeth so damn jacked up. Listen, I don't even know how you get in front of the camera and talk all of that garbage just the rhetoric that he talked with your teeth looking like that. First off, drive enough of those lifts, because he do drive lift. He told us that. So make you some more trips. Make a trip to the dentist and get that stuff fixed before you come talking in our face, especially with that rhetoric you be talking, Tom Ross.
Oh my God, we just roasting these dudes. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Troy Graham, you still want some smoke, or you done? Are you finished, or are you done? Because I think after you got bodied on that Tank debate, you came here just to get bodied on the Tank debate. Do you got anything else? Because if that's all the smoke you got, then you didn't even you couldn't even light a match. You couldn't even light a spark, much less bring any smoke. You brought nothing here. And you know what? At the end of the day, you look at a guy like Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, Tank Davis, Jamal Charlo. These guys are following the same path, the same route. Notice, these guys aren't interested in unification. None of these guys are. Is Deontay Wilder fight the best in his division? Did Errol Spence? Did Jamal Charlo? Tank Davis? None of these guys called out any of the best guys in their division and actually fought them. Hold on. Troy Graham says, why do you call yourself the landlord? First of all, Troy Graham, why are you wearing a V-neck? See, we gotta be honest with the Don't tell me I call myself the landlord and you come on here with a V-neck. You want to talk to me, put on a crew neck, and then we can debate some boxing. And act like we're going to sit up here and debate. Come on, I can't take you serious. I can't take a grown man serious in a V-neck. Come on now, Troy. How you wearing a V-neck and we can't see your neck? Stop playing, Troy. If you want to come on here and debate and be honest and unbiased, let's do it. But name a fact. Name a fact. Come on, Troy. Give me something you want to debate. Because the only thing you're debating is you versus a V-neck. Come on now. You said you wanted to come on here and get this smoke. You kept calling me out, and you won't even light a match. Stop playing, Troy. Stop playing. Go change your shirt and come on here with some facts, and we can debate.
And he living in y'all head rent free. That's why he the landlord. What's wrong with y'all, man? All y'all do is come up here talking that rhetoric. All the man asking you to do is list one fact, and then you can come up here and get burned even further.
Troy, name one fact. I'll send you a link right now. Name one fact other than your V-neck, and I will put you a link on, and you can jump in right here. Right here. See, this is the problem when dudes gonna come in and see you say, "Oh, let's stick to boxing," but you're worrying about my name being the landlord. So if we're gonna worry about my name, then let's get on your V-neck. Why does it look like your head swallowed your neck? Come on, Troy. If you want to get on here and come at me and call out my name, we got to come back on you, Troy. Don't post no pictures if you don't want no smoke. Come on now. Ooh. Oh, I'll be wrong, my brother. But the first thing you got to do is name a fact. And I have yet to hear one from V-neck Troy Graham. Troy V-neck Graham. That's your boxing name. Troy V-neck Graham.
Just one.
Just one. Just one. Just name one. See, you can't just jump on the IBFP. You got to earn it. You got to show me something. I'm not going to have a bunch of V-neck dudes running around on my live, and you can't name no facts. This is not what we do. This is not boxing ego. This is not the LDBC, the V-neck crew. We give you nothing but facts. That's right. Troy Graham looked like a low-budget barbershop conversations. Let me that's your big cousin or brother, and you sit up here. Come on, man. What you talking about, Troy? Promotions.
Get up.
He said, Penn says, Troy looking like Shaq's mentally challenged brother.
Troy need to go over there. He need to go over there. He knows the sports and Tom Ross. Sit right in the middle of them two fools. It look perfect right over there with them.
Hold on. And Nicholas tries to come at us, D, and he says, you bash Wilder for fighting Ortiz, but never say anything about Joshua fighting ancient Klitschko. So let's clear this up. Let's clear this up. First of all, Vladimir Klitschko and Luis Ortiz, you can't even mention these two dudes in the same sentence. Only an idiot, a moron, or a casual would do that. But let me expose you for a second, and I'm going to kick it to D so he can further expose you. Luis Ortiz was never a world champion. Klitschko's a first ballot Hall of Famer. What are we talking about? A first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest fighters and greatest heavyweights of all time. What are you talking about? D, you want to body him?
Dude, are you some type of a retard. Do you understand how long Vladimir Klitschko reigned? Let's talk about his reign for a second. Because Deontay Wilder, look at what he's doing. And I don't want to hear nothing about no 10-week title defenses. Listen, bro, you don't even understand boxing just making a statement like that. Ortiz and Klitschko, that's like apples and oranges, bro. Ortiz ain't going to no damn Hall of Fame. What has he done? What has he accomplished in his career? How could you even mention Ortiz with a Klitschko? And do you know how long ago it was that Anthony Joshua beat Klitschko? Wilder just beat the 56-year-old man. That was his last fight, you moron. You're talking about something that happened long ago with Anthony Joshua. Y'all just say stuff out your mouth and y'all don't understand how easy it is to body this, bro. It's so easy work.
Witness Truth says, IBFP, bro, you dead wrong. Don't diss the man. He's entitled to his opinion despite how retarded it may be. Look, here's the thing. The first thing he said to me was, why do they call you the landlord? What part of boxing is that? It's not. So if you want to talk about me, we're going to get on that V-neck. Now, Troy, if you want to say something, come on here, give me a fact, and I'll put you on right now. Give me a fact that we can honestly debate, because you haven't given me any facts. You started talking about Tank Davis and children, and then you brought your V-neck in there. Come on now, be real. All these V-neck warriors out here. Come on now, stop playing. If you're going to give me a fact, come out here and give me a fact, and we can debate. Let's debate. Let's go. Who's got the best resume at 147? Crawford or Spence? Keep it 100. Honestly, the best resume, Crawford or Spence at 147, I will lean towards Spence just because he got the Porter name on the resume. And that doesn't mean I think Spence is the better fighter, but that means I think he got a slightly better resume because Porter's a better name than everyone at 147 that Crawford has fought. And that's just the facts of it. That's unbiased. What do you think, D?
I think you're exactly right. I agree with everything you said, but I would like to ask the person to ask that question. Why don't we ask the rest of them? Who do you think the rest of the question, who do you think would be or have the best resume if these guys decided to step up? Because see, if the Thurman decided to step up, Crawford would beat him. If Garcia decided to step up, Crawford would beat him. If Manny Pacquiao's team wanted to throw him in there with Crawford, 9 times out of 10, Crawford would beat him. And then would we be having this same discussion? Facts are, no, we wouldn't. They just don't want to step up.
And so Nicholas says, what do you look like, IBFP? See, this is the problem with these dudes. Let me find out. Look, let me find out that this is Troy's wife or girlfriend right here in her account, wondering what I look like because Troy ain't got no neck. Look, Nicholas, you got to start keeping it to boxing, my brother. See, this is why you're going to get roasted. This is why you're going to get embarrassed. You're too worried about what another man looks like. That's the first problem right there. If you're so worried about what another man looks like, but you can't even name a fact to get a link, you're pathetic in your garbage truck juice.
Yeah, he coming over from Chocolate Giddy-O. He coming over from Chocolate Giddy-O house, dude. You know what I mean? You know how he over there. He worried about how a man look. What you want to know if he cute? You worried about to see if he cute or something? Come on, man. Let's talk boxing and stop talking. You see my face, don't you? I look like a crackhead, apparently. Get out of here, man. Sweetbread Ned. That's what they call you.
These dudes don't want the truth, D. These dudes don't want the truth. See, these dudes sitting up here worried about what a man looks like. These dudes sitting up here worried about the wrong thing. Wrong thing.
Hey, what happened to AA? Where you at, AA? Oh, you don't have nothing else to say about Wilder ducking Dillian White, do you? Huh?
AA didn't jump off the ship.
AA ducking now. He ducking himself.
And Troy Graham still has a name of fact. He said, name a fact about what? About Tank, stupid? You're the one who got on here and said you want to debate about Tank. So why have you not named a fact why Tank is so great? Why Tank Cheeseburger Davis is so great? Why haven't you named that one fact so I can send you the link? You don't want it. You don't want it.
One fact. How hard is it to do? Like, listen, if I'm going to debate anyone, I can name one fact, bro. How hard is it to do that? Just give us one fact, please. I'm begging you. I'm itching. Like, I want to give you a fact to give to Newt, but that'll be cheating the rules. You're just too dumb to come up with one fact, and that's just a damn shame. That's a shame.
The only thing that Troy Graham can give a fact on is where to find a good V-neck. See, we don't need that. We're talking boxing here. If you're in the field and you support the IBFP, give us a thumbs up, and we're going to stick to boxing. We're going to keep it boxing. That's the problem. They're separating boys from men. We're keeping it honest and unbiased. That's the problem. That's the problem. Bat Crazy said LDBC General looked like a low-budget CeeLo. Now, hold on. Who is the LDBC General?
I guess he talking about 78.
78. If you want some of that smoke, step into the building. It's always welcome. It's always welcome. It's always welcome. We won't smoke with any and everybody that wants some smoke. We leave
he liked to talk a lot of shit. I couldn't even really listen to him too much. Somebody told me they referred me to one of his videos, and he's not, you don't want that work, man. These guys don't know boxing like people think they know boxing. Just because you got a lot of subscribers don't mean you know boxing. Trust and believe that.
and you know what, man? Look, let's just say this. And this is a good question. Short Dog said, why didn't Bud Crawford get credit for stopping Jeff Horn? Horn was a champ at the time, and he gets no credit.
Yeah. I don't understand how you don't get credit. Like, don't get me wrong. I gave Bud smoke for Jeff Horn, but you got to give him credit for beating a champion, bro. A champion is a champion. What's wrong with you people? You sit there and you praise Tank Davis over his Fugazi championships, and they are Fugazi, and you guys know they are. Because one of them he got given to him, and he couldn't even keep that. He lost it to the scales. And then look at this belt he just fought for. Look at it. Look at who he fought against and struggled in that. But y'all will sit there and praise that, though.
Hold on, D. Troy says, okay, Tank is not great. We agree on that. Now send the link. Let's debate resumes at 147. Now, how is that a fact? And you agree with me, and you backed off your prediction. Troy, you got to get out your V-neck feelings and give me something real to debate on. Because who resume are you wanting to debate? See, this is what I'm saying. These dudes are clout chasing, and they don't even know what they're saying. This is all this is doing is clout chasing. Come on now.
Troy, I mean, bro, how do you concede in a debate and then say that's a fact and want to get up here? You don't deserve to get up here. You know why? Because you can't handle the truth. You can stay there in the chat. Next.
Pez says Joshua versus Pulev predictions. My prediction on that, my early pre-prediction without going too in depth, is I think Anthony Joshua stops Pulev in 8 rounds.
Boom! Look at that. Look at that.
Like they on the same page.
You see that? You see that? And that was not set up. I want y'all to know that. Great minds think alike. That's what I got it, Newt. 8 rounds. I say Joshua puts him away in 8. He beats him up. He figures him out like the first 2 or 3 rounds, right? He beats him up for 5, 6, and 7 and put him away in 8.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I think it's the same way. We got one from, I think JB says, DAZN want to have a price hike from $20 to $50. Eddie Hearn says he kind of wants the price to go up. Now, in my understanding, that price hike will be more for like people coming on for just one Canelo fight, one AJ fight for 1 month. And so if you're locked in for a year, you're still paying about $100. Why not take that instead of pay $50? If you're paying the PBC $80 or $90 for one pay-per-view, you can and you don't want to lock into DAZN, $50 is still cheaper. My thing is, why wouldn't you lock in all year if you're a true boxing fan?
I think even if they did a price hike and raised the annual amount to $200, that's worth it. Now, as far as now, it's $100 for the annual fee. Like, you cannot argue with DAZN. Even if they raised it to say $25, dollars for a month subscription or $30 for a month subscription, you best believe you're going to get 2 good cards, at least 2 good cards within that month's time. So, I mean, you can't lose. Like, you can't lose with DAZN. I think that platform is going to continue to do big things, man. And they can hate all they want, but it's a reason they laundering all that money around, because they're building something huge over there.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, you got to think about it. They have the biggest stars in the sport, Canelo, AJ, and if you lock in for a year, that's like $8 a month or something like that. Why wouldn't you lock in at $8 a month and you're a true boxing fan? Why would I keep paying huge PBC absorbing rates and then the PBC has already announced they're going to pretty much make 4, 5, 6, 7 pay-per-views already for this year actually in 2020. So why would I be doing that? You just get it $9.99 a month, $10 a month, whatever it is, and lock in for the $100 a month and be done with it. You're hurting yourself when you support pay-per-views from the PBC because that's going to give them the impression that you don't mind paying.
And then you got to think about this nonsense with the PBC and the whole landscape of everything. Who's the 3 biggest, basically, pay-per-view names in boxing? That would be Canelo, AJ, and Manny Pacquiao. So even with the PBC's plan, they only got 1 fight left with Pacquiao. That's probably going to be a pay-per-view fight. They'll get that pay-per-view off of Pacquiao's name. But where do you think he's going to go to? And I just spoke about this earlier. He's going to go over there and fight Mikey Garcia for way more money than he ever would have gotten at the PBC. Both of them will get way more. If they're paying Mikey $7 million for Vargas, what do you guys think that they're going to pay him to fight Manny Pacquiao? Should he beat Vargas? So I'm telling you guys that means that once this happens, and I'm speaking hypothetically, it's speculation, but once this happens, that means the 3 biggest faces in boxing will literally be at the zone.
Boom. And that's what I'm saying. Look, think about it like this. There's people who out there who's paying $75 for Wilder versus Ortiz, and you're complaining about $50 from the zone where you're getting the biggest fights, Canelo and AJ. That makes no sense. At $25, you get 2 Canelo fights a year, 2 AJ fights a year, all in there. What are we talking about here?
Right. And it definitely wasn't all of these idiots yelling around YouTube that paid the $75, because then Wilder would have had more than 220,000 doggone buyers, because it's at least 500,000 idiots running around on YouTube. Wilder. Well, why didn't y'all buy the fight? Explain that if y'all support him so much. And fanboys.
Look, Troy. I'm gonna tell you this, Troy. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be a bigger man, Troy. I'm gonna be a bigger man. Look, Troy. I apologize for getting on your V-neck. I apologize for mentioning your neck. I apologize for bringing your neck into a boxing debate. I sincerely apologize, Troy. I sincerely apologize. If you really want to debate something, we can debate. Just name a fact. That's literally all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Just name a fact. I'd be happy to debate with you, Troy. My apologies for roasting you, but you came at me sideways with the landlord comment, and you know what happens when you step into the hot box, you're going to get cooked.
Let me put it in layman's terms for Troy. So you want to debate something. So you name a fact that is in your favor, that's a part of your debate. List that fact in the chat and step up to the plate. It's that simple.
It's that simple. Sports. Let's talk about it. and look. Let's just be honest. Hold on. Okay. Business as usual with fake, weak, front, nothing podcast, and none of you boys have any heart. See, now you want to take it personal again. See, now I just apologized to you, and now you want to take it personal again. Since you want to take it personal, let's turn our attention back to your neck, Troy. And why is your neck why is there APB out for your neck, Troy? We can't find your neck. We cannot find your neck. Where is your neck, Troy?
Oh, boy.
Come on, Troy. Don't get on here talking greasy, Troy, and you don't want the truth. You don't want it. We just asked you for a fact. I even apologize to you, but then you come on here and you want to sling more shots. Come on now. And then
he says you're nothing but a bigger mouth. That's what he says.
No, but that's why you on here begging to get a link. That's what we're talking about, Troy. That's what we're talking about, Troy. You should be begging for a crew neck instead of that V-neck. You should be line, Troy. That's what you begging for.
That's some button down. Some button down,
Troy, switch up the game. That ain't the swag, Troy. That ain't the swag. What are you talking about? You look like 7 Sports TV. What are you talking about? Is that your little brother? Come on, Troy.
Hey, Troy, I tell you like this, bro. Speak your mind sports talk. You can come up there and I'll mash it up for free. It don't matter, dog. You can get it. But all of that nonsense you talking in the chat right now, ain't nobody trying to hear that, dog. Look,
We got another one.
It's not our fault.
This is from Jamaican Boxing. You dudes are watering down your channels with the debating thing, even trying to debate guys on the same team. So here's the thing. Me and Myron Magnus had a back and forth, as you know, and, we squashed that. And this guy want to come on here and, basically take up for Myron Magnus. Here's the problem with you, Jamaican Boxing. You can't take up for another man. Let a man be a man. He handled his own battle. We squashed that, put that to the side. Just because two guys can appreciate boxing doesn't mean they don't debate. Me and D debate all the time. What are you talking about? Me and D have debated literally on every boxing topic you can think of. That's the problem with these weak guys who have these type of braids in their hair that want to look like females. They get on here and they're because they don't understand that men debate. See, that's what men do. They debate. They talk things out. That's how you get to a deeper and better understanding. You moron.
Yeah, you're just not making no sense. Boxing Monster been on here forever. He know me and Nuke have had some long, extensive debates. Lil Chris Girl, T-Tone Toledo. These guys has been with Nuke for a long time. They know we've had some serious debates. It's sports debates, man. Y'all get out of y'all feelings. Y'all always want to claim that we got a chip on our shoulder or we in our feelings or we're feeling some kind of way. But look at the way you guys are acting, man. It don't make no sense. Punk, you can't even show your face. That's the thing. That's the thing right there, Jamaica. Why would the name call it, man? What's wrong with calling it? But why you got to see? And what is y'all obsession? Listen, look, how long has it been? Like almost a year now? I've been rocking out with you. I have never seen this man's face. What the hell? What is y'all obsession with seeing this man's face? Look, people.
Look. This is the problem. There's a problem with a man when he wants to see another man's face. Because me, I would rather see a woman's face. I would rather see a beautiful woman's face. That would make my day. I'm not going to go on a live stream and beg another man to see his face. What kind of man are you, Jamaican Boxing? What kind of man are you that you want to see another man's face this bad that you're on here begging for another man's face? Pull your panties up.
That little icon ain't your face.
It's not if it looks like his face, he's confused about what he want to be in life. If this is your face, you're confused about what team you want to play for because you don't know nothing about boxing. See, you didn't come in here talking boxing. You coming in here trying to sling shots and you want to go back and forth about take up for another man. Myron Magnus don't need you to defend him. Me and him have already squashed it. You want to come over here because you're hurt. How are you more hurt about the situation than me or him? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? See, you got this emotional thing going on that you got to get out your feelings because you always remember this one thing, and I'm going to tell you this one last time. Facts cannot be biased. So if you feel like you can beat me in a debate, then debate me. Name a fact you can get on. You're worried about what my face look like. You're worried about me debating another man, but you're not worried about the truth. You're not worried about the message. You've never even listened to the content, and you don't even want the message. Stop playing. Salute to Mr. Two Hands Up. This is one of the real ones. Salute to Mr. Two Hands Up. We got to get him on the podcast ASAP. This man knows his boxing. Salute. Come on now. These dudes want the truth.
Look. Troy talking reckless again. Listen, listen, Troy. He says, all I'm hearing is talk. Neither of you have to send the link so we can debate. Listen, man, listen. We cannot help the fact that you are borderline retarded because this man has given it to you plain. I even broke it down in layman's terms, so I thought you were at least a layman, but you still don't get it. Present a fact, and then you will get the link. Damn, bro, you got more brains in that neck than you do in that head.
Look, he's talking about focusing on your neck. D, did I not apologize to this man on camera? I apologize to this man, and then I tell you, okay, let's focus on boxing. First of all, you called me out about my name. You got roasted. I apologize. We come back, and you're back with the insults. So I asked you 20,000 times to name one fact and you can earn a link and you haven't done it. So now I'm starting to think that you're mentally incompetent, that you can't even understand simple instructions. If you can't understand simple instructions, but you can put on a V-neck, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? For the love of sports.
Oh man, that damn V-neck must be cutting off the circulation in your brain, dude. Put in a flat, just put a flat in there, dog.
Look, you're not gonna come on here, think you can insult me, and then you're gonna get roasted. You're gonna get roasted. Church is in session. Salute to Soccer Training Club. If you like soccer, you love soccer, subscribe to that channel. I love the instructional videos of Soccer Training Club. My people, salute Soccer Training Club. Salute.
That's what's up, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you, man. These dudes want to see my face. These dudes want to see my. What do you want to see my face? Well, how is seeing my face going to win a debate with about a boxing talk? Explain.
Right, what the fuck? We're not playing poker. You don't need to see his face, bro. This is a debate. And then let me tell y'all something too about all of y'all idiots out here talking about some. Oh, y'all, the debate is water and the thing. The debate is not watering anything down. A good sports debate is healthy. What's unhealthy is y'all to get feminine and get crazy and get upset and catch feelings and want to fight and all of that. That's what's unhealthy. Y'all can't have a civil sports debate. Sports debates have been happening for ages. We supposed to stop now? What are y'all talking about?
And look, let's just be honest. Look, Troy says, you know what? I don't belong here. Enjoy whatever this is. You see, Troy, you don't subscribe to the truth because I've offered you a link. This is a problem with dudes following two-step instructions. Send a factual, comment about what you're supporting in Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis. I'll send you a link. We'll get on here and have a good back and forth. You want to worry about my name, then your neck gets brought into the situation. I didn't bring your neck into it. You brought your neck into the situation. You got to understand, Troy, I'm not the one who took your neck. I'm not the one who took your neck. Don't be mad at me for taking your neck. You understand? I didn't do that to you. Troy, I apologize. But now I'm apologize that your neck is missing. That's what I'm apologize. I'm apologize for that you get on here and decided to wear a V-neck. Don't come on here and think you're going to try to roast me when I'm trying to give you an opportunity to debate. I say, come on here, name a fact, we can debate. Then you want to sling insults. I apologize, and then we bring your neck back into it. Let's be real. Come on now. I'll tell you what. Do what Pez says. Name your top 5 pound for pound list, and if it's respectable, I'll send you a link right now. Just your top 5 pound for pound list. Make it respectable. I keep giving you chance. Look, I can't keep giving this dude chances.
I never even heard of that one. That's a first, Troy. That's an exclusive. That's an exclusive just for you. Top 5 pound for pound. And I'll even put a vote in too if it's respectable. I'll give you a fair shake. Don't come with that fugazi shit though.
Hold on, Troy, but you said a simple question. Why are you worried about my name when you said you want to debate Tank Davis? Explain that. And then when I apologized, you immediately started hurling insults. This is the problem. Don't come in here into someone else's home and talk trash, question them, why do they call you? No. If you want to debate, do what you came here for, because you came here with the wrong energy. And I understand you were just like Jamaican boxing. You were trying to come in here and debate me and try to come off and protect another man. Let another man handle his business. Stop worrying about my face. Stop worrying about what we do over here. We tell the truth over here, Troy, and I'm sorry that your V-neck can't handle it.
If y'all want a face, it's a face right here. Here go a face looking at you right here. Don't worry about new face. Fuck y'all worried about. Man, my bad. What the heck? What are y'all worried about a man's face for? I just don't get it, bro. Like, what face? Whether y'all see his face or not, he's still gonna spit that fire on you. So you want to see him? You want to see him react while he body bagging you, dog?
You know what, D? I'm gonna do these fanboys a real big favor. I got an Ibfp movie that's gonna be released in 2020. That's gonna have me, D Jefferson, and we're gonna do it real big. And when we release the Ibfp movie, I'm gonna show my face, and we're gonna go on here and we're gonna go raw. And then all you haters are going to see, keep your wives and girlfriends off the TV because somebody might come up missing playing with me. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. But that's okay, my brother. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, man. It's so crazy, man. Joe Louis, Holyfield, McCullum, Tony. I missed that.
I don't even know what these dudes are talking about.
I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Come on now.
I don't know, but yeah, but so I just want to say this, man. Mr. AA Boxing, that's a classic example of somebody coming in here spitting a lot of rhetoric and then running for the hills. This guy came in here, he spit a whole lot of nonsense about Dillian White. Me and Nuke only dropped 2 lines on him. Nuke dropped something on him, I dropped something on him, and he hauled ass out of here. You cannot come here with the foolishness, man. You can't come here with that.
And Troy, I didn't say your all-time pound-for-pound list. I said your current pound-for-pound list. Once again, simple instructions. Simple instructions.
Oh, that's what that was.
Simple instructions. So that's what he's doing. But I'm not talking all the time. I'm talking about current, Troy. Current. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. Come on, man.
I already got a problem with Troy. I'm going to tell you, even for the all-time. Even for the all-time, bro. You got 1, 2, 3 heavyweights on there, bro. All right. Okay, Troy. I don't know what your current list look like, but I'm interested now. But, yeah.
These guys don't want the truth, man. And, yeah, Virgil Ortiz is the real deal. Virgil Ortiz is coming for it. Virgil Ortiz is that dude. I respect Virgil Ortiz. And look, Pence is absolutely right. Dillian White has a better resume than Deontay Wilder. If you're being honest and unbiased, he really does. He really has a better resume than Deontay Wilder, and it's not even close. Deontay Wilder has never beaten a young, in his prime fighter who's a puncher or a pressure fighter. Those are styles that he strategically stays away from, period.
Yeah. And it's a lot of interesting fights for Deontay Wilder. He's just not taking them. That's the thing people got to understand. It's not like there's not interesting fights out there for him. It don't even have to be AJ and Fury only. No, it's a lot of interesting. White is an interesting fight for him. Oscar Rivas, Andy Ruiz. A lot of these guys are interesting fights. Pulev, Povetkin. All of these guys are interesting fights. Parker. I would like to see Wilder fight all of these guys. But we're not getting those fights. We're getting the Dominic Brazils, the Artur Spilkas. Come on, man.
Dominic won. What's false, my brother? What's false?
What's false? Break it down. Break it down.
I got a little respect for Dominique, so I'm not going to go in and go off. Maybe, Dominique, we just have a different of opinion. Much respect, Dominique. What's false, my brother? What's false? Jamaican boxing, it's all love, my brother. My apologies if it went too far. I'm just saying, if you ever want to debate an actual situation, an actual boxing, we can do that. It don't have to go left. We can be respectful. Same to you, Troy, V-Neck Graham. We can be respectful. We don't have to get into any jokes or comedies aside. My apologies. If you want to debate boxing, we can, but let's just debate a topic. You're just trying to get a link to get a link. I don't know what you want to talk about. You're not going to get on here and talk reckless. That's just not going to happen. So if you want to debate some actual boxing, tell me what you want to debate. Oh, this is what he's saying. He said Wilder's resume is good. How's his resume good, Dominique? How's his resume good?
Well,
20-year-old Luis Ortiz, the second time, that was a pointless fight, beating I just don't see it. Where is it good? Where's it good?
Before you even get into that, Dominique, you got to see this the thing. This is why, when y'all take Wilder attacks, what he said is that Dillian White's resume is better than Wilder's. Did we say either of those resumes were bad? No one said that. But that shows that you're taking an attack on Wilder because you're saying Wilder's resume is good, but that was never in question. See, y'all have to listen, man. Don't go to defense mode. Listen. Said Dillian White's resume is better than Wilder's. That's not saying Wilder's resume is bad. It's just saying that Dillian White's is better.
Now, I said, if you send me a top 5 pound-for-pound list.
Crawford, Canelo, Manny, Shields.
You're talking about Clarissa Shields?
Joshua.
We leave women's boxing separate from men's boxing, my brother.
Listen. You know how you watch the damn the game show? Look, dog, you done. It's like the fucking Family Feud, bro. You done. You got enough chances, and I ain't even gonna allow Nuke to give you another chance. You're done. Just stay there in the chat where you belong. Because all of that silliness you doing don't even deserve to be up here. You talking crazy.
Congratulations, Troy. You are the weakest link.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Come on, man. Why would you even throw Clarissa Shields up in there? And look, as much as I respect Anthony Joshua, top 5 pound for pound, you just said that because see, we're not like you. Okay? This is a prime example for you to understand right now that we are not like you. Neither of us. I don't even think that Nuke has Anthony Joshua in the top 5 pound for pound, bro. Are you kidding me, Troy? You just put that up there because you think that we're some fence riders or some groupies or some fanboys. No, we love boxing. The things we talk about, y'all just don't want to accept it. Nobody has Anthony Joshua in the top 5, and you probably don't either. Man, y'all just so y'all see through, bro. Y'all transparent.
Let's get Jamaican. He says, "How come I don't have to do nothing to debate, but Troy has to name a top 5 pound?" See, this is the problem where you have comprehensive listening skills, Jamaican boxing. I can tell you failed in school by the answers that you give because you don't pay attention. So let me just bring it back through you again with those trash locks you got on your head. Let me break it down for you. Very simple and plain. I've said this 1,000 times. If you want to debate me, just name one fact about the topic you want to debate. It's that simple. And you can get sent a link. It's that simple. You don't pay attention. You want to see a man's face. You're all over the place, Jamaican boxing. You want to defend another man who don't want to be saved. How you want to save a man that don't want to be saved? Jamaican boxing. Name a fact, get a link. It's that simple. These guys don't know what they're talking about. These guys are bad boys.
Boxing Patreon, yes, he did. He put Shields in there. Yes, brother. He actually did. I can't believe this dude. Shields, dog. Women's boxing.
Miguel Corona says, "Do you believe Tank Davis will take on Ryan Garcia?"
Nope. And I actually think that would be a good fight. We talked about that before, but listen. It's dangerous. Okay, so if you equate danger to Tank, then don't even think about him going into the fight because Ellerby is not going to set it up. Ryan Garcia is dangerous to Tank. Forget about what all these fanboys say. Oh, Ryan too small. Ryan this, Ryan that. Man, you got to be kidding me. Ryan has he's shown improvement in every fight. He's fast. He has power. The kid can box. He's with Reynoso. He has a chance against Tank Davis. Tank Davis didn't show anything in this Gamboa fight. He didn't set anything up. His footwork was trash. He lost balance 3 or 4 times. Don't tell me about Tank Davis's footwork. I can't understand why people are talking about he showed good footwork. When you lose balance 3 or 4 times like that and you're way off on shots. And because it doesn't fit right.
Here's another thing with Ryan Garcia. He's training with one of the best trainers there is right now, Eddie Reynoso, Canelo trainer. And Tank Davis is a very small guy. Ryan Garcia is about 5'10". He can use his height, reach, and jab him on the outside all day long. Tank comes in, counter him, stop him. It's really that simple. It's not even a hard game plan to come up with. But both of these guys are unproven at the top level. Both of these guys have a lot to prove. Both of these guys have a lot to do. So, that's pretty much what it is. But I don't think Tank could take on any legitimate body right here at all. We got another fanboy, Kelly. Kelly Park says Spence #1 pound for pound. No, and this just proves that that's why we need a public service announcement that speaking of crackheads, D, Kelly Park's in the building talking about Spence pound for pound #1 because that probably has to be the dumbest statement I've ever seen. Like that is not even logical, feasible.
Kelly, my brother, I'm a Spence fan, and you need to put the pipe down, okay? Because that man is not #1 pound for pound. Coming from a fellow Spence fan, I got to tell you, no, he's not number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 pound for pound. He's not in the top 5. But #1 is ridiculous. That's almost as ridiculous when I heard someone say that Deontay Wilder was pound for pound #1. No, not Wilder, not Spence, not either.
And if you had Spence on the back end of a pound for pound, I wouldn't argue with it. I wouldn't argue. He's not on mine personally, but he could be on the back end of a pound for pound. I would never argue.
8 or 9, somewhere down there. But he's not even nowhere near the top 5, bro. Like, get out of here with that. Errol Spence still has to do more. What do you think? Sean Porter put him there?
If Sean Porter put him there, then I mean, come on.
These guys are ridiculous, man. Just like Gamboa put Tank in the top 5 pound for pound. And who the hell is Tank supposed to knock out if he's in the top 5 pound for pound now? Usyk, who went undisputed, 4-belt undisputed in one division, he's supposed to knock Usyk out because this is my top 5, or Monster Inoue, who's only a year older than Tank but have accomplished 3 times as much already. Monster Inoue, he's supposed to knock him out. We know he's not supposed to knock Lomachenko out because he can't even beat Lomachenko. Forget about the height. Well, then who's going to knock out Canelo? Please. Crawford? Please.
Having Crawford on the pound for pound list is questionable. See, this is the problem, D. This is the problem. This dude, see, you're worrying about what he did at. See, this is it. What Terrence Crawford did at 147 is not what makes him pound for pound. It's what he did before 147 and an accumulation of everything that he continues to do. He was a former undisputed champion, won a world title in his first fight at 147, no tune-ups, and knocked the guy out. What are we talking about here? Bud Crawford is top 3 pound for pound. No matter how you have him, he's up there with the best. That's being honest and unbiased. That's being the truth.
Right. And let's talk about what he's done at 147. See, guys like you, Kelly, that just come in here talking about Spence #1 pound for pound, and then you talk about what Crawford is. Listen, Crawford came up to 147, and everybody he's faced, he has stopped them impressively, okay? Well, if I'm not mistaken, until Sean Porter, Spence did the very same thing. He stopped guys impressively. Now, if you're going to sit here and wane on the guys that Crawford fought, well, who has Spence stopped other than Sean Porter any more worthy than the guys Crawford stopped? Well, but you give him all the praise, and he's supposed to be pound for pound #1. But Crawford is questionable being on the list. What has Spence done prior to that, to Porter? Nothing. What has Crawford done prior to 147? Undisputed, 4-belt, just like Usyk. Bro, y'all don't even think. Y'all just talk out your mouths.
Well, Anthony Lumar says, who is Jeff Horn? Jeff Horn is the guy who sold you that fake chain that's going to turn your neck green. That's who Jeff Horn is. That's who Jeff Horn is, if we're going to be the truth. Jeff Horn is the guy who took the belt from Manny, who Manny didn't even rematch. Let's be honest and unbiased, Anthony. Come on now. These guys don't want the truth.
Jeff Horn was a champion. And we just went over this with you guys before. He was a champion. I didn't give all the credit in the world to Crawford for the Jeff Horn fight, but you got to give him credit. He defeated a champion. He defeated a champion who's now a champion, Manny Pacquiao, because he's champion again. What's wrong with you people, man?
Jamie Burnett says it's 2 fighters you said Wilder's ducking when he got ready to fight them. They failed the test. So we said Dillian White and Anthony Joshua. First of all, Anthony Joshua didn't fail any test. Wilder simply never took the offer. Dillian White, he passed the BADA test, and he never failed any test to a point where it didn't allow him to get his mandatory shot. The WBC has cleared him of all wrongdoing. UCAD has cleared him of all wrongdoing. BADA has cleared him of all wrongdoing. But you're stupid enough to believe that he failed the test and he's guilty of doping. What are we talking about here, D? What are we talking about?
Right. I don't understand. The only doping agency that was left in play that didn't totally clear Dillian White just cleared him, bro. And that was UCAD. And it was a B sample. This is all we were waiting on. So I don't know, all of you guys that were banking on calling White a doper or whatever because of his past discretions. No cigar. He was cleared. Don't y'all get it? He was cleared.
And let's clear up one thing, Jamie. The baby on the picture ain't even yours, but you on here talking about
That's terrible.
These dudes out here don't even want to speak the truth.
Oh my God.
These are fanboy narratives. And we're going to
make no sense, man. Yeah, well, yes, we said he was ducking him because he's ducking him. Why can't you understand that? As a fighter, bro, what is wrong with you guys? Don't you guys want to hold your fighters accountable? Do you guys understand what that is? Holding your fighter accountable. Y'all want to hold everybody else accountable. You want to bash Terrence Crawford but praise Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Come on, you want to bash Canelo, but you want to praise Charlo. Bash AJ, but praise Wilder. Why don't y'all guys ever hold these motherfuckers? Pardon me. Why don't y'all guys ever hold them accountable? You guys gotta hold the other guys accountable too. Your own guys, whether you like them or not. Fury. I'm a Tyson Fury fan. Did he duck the first time? Yeah, he ducked the first time. The crazy stuff over in the WWE, I put a video up about it. Just hold your own guy accountable. What's wrong with you?
Hey, Mr. Perfect says Wilder is pound for pound number one. D. Jefferson, shut up. You know nothing about boxing.
Wilder is powerful. Well, listen, if you're equating that to your knowledge, then I'm happy to know nothing about boxing. Because you making that dumbass statement shows how much you know about boxing. Absolutely nothing. Wilder, number one pound for pound. You can't even box. Get out of here.
These dudes don't want it, man. These dudes don't want the truth. We keep trying to get these. Hold on. Let's see what Anthony said. He said Dillian White didn't get cleared with the WBA and WBO franchise belt. What are you talking about? The franchise belt is that fake chain you got around your neck right now, Anthony. We don't know what you're talking about.
And then see, you so dumb, bro. Look, you so dumb, and you just trying to strike back with nonsense. It's the WBC that has the franchise belt. You idiot. It's not the WBO or the WBA. You're a complete idiot, bro. What's wrong with these guys, man? This is funny. Y'all keep coming with the comments. This is funny.
And Kevin Gomez says, salute Nuke, pound for pound, Canelo, Crawford, Loma, Usyk, Pacman. That's a perfect list. I can't argue with no name and no position on that list.
Where Troy at? Troy, where you at?
Where you at? Come on now.
Where you at, Troy? Look at the screen. Just look at this is all we ask you to do. Great list, Kevin Gomez.
Great list. These dudes don't know. These dudes don't want the truth, man. These dudes don't want the truth. See, now they getting the truth. Now these guys don't want it. And look, Jamie Burnett, I've seen somebody on there in the comments speaking on you. It's paternity test Thursday. Go get your test took today, my brother. You are not the father.
You are not.
You are not the father. It's time for you to start asking questions. These dudes don't want
Michael. I don't know. What is he talking about? What is he even talking about? Why do you guys, man? Y'all can't even ask a clear question. We damn sure can't get any answers out of you, but y'all can't even ask a clear question. Half the time we look at your comments and it's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Anthony says Dillian White's not ranked with the WBOW. Who cares? He's number one in the WBC, idiot. He's number one in the WBC.
What does Wilder have to do with the WBO or the WBA? Anthony Lamar. Because the whole conversation is about Dillian White and Wilder. So what the hell does Wilder have to do with the WBO and the WBA? Definitely nothing, because the coward ain't even never tried to unify. So he would definitely have nothing to do with them.
So we wonder where Troy's been. And Francisco Moreno says Troy passed out that V-neck.
It was too tight. Oh man, good one.
JB says Troy's busy. He's looking for his neck. There's an APB out for Troy's neck. All available. If you find Troy's neck, please let him know. His neck's on the side.
Yeah, look, we got Jamaican laughing at that one. You know,
salute to Jamaican. Salute. It's all love, my brother. It's all love. It's all love. Come on,
yeah, man. I tell you one thing though, man. These Tank Davis fans, like, just when you think that some guys or some fighters have the worst fans, you run into another fighter's fans. Just when you think Loma fans are the worst, you run into Tank Davis fans. Just when you think Tank Davis fans are the worst, you run into Canelo fans. Because Canelo got some crazy fans too. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And just the list goes on and on. Spence fans.
Yeah. And whoever is timing out Jamaican, don't time him out. Let him speak. We like to smoke. We like Jamaican. It's all love. Don't time him out. Just keep him going. We're gonna keep him on the chat. Nobody time him out. It's all good. Look.
Samuel, funny. Hey man, yeah, man. Y'all let him speak because that give us ammunition. You know what I mean? We gotta have something to talk about, man. It's no disrespect. Somebody called me a crackhead, and I laughed about it. So it ain't no disrespect, bro. No, let them talk.
No, it's all love. Look, with this big boy talk, so we get on here, some words gonna get exchanged, some necks gonna disappear, but we're gonna keep it pushing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it pushing. Witness Truth says pound for pound list: Canelo, Crawford, Usyk, Loma, Nonito, and Spence. Interesting list.
Nonito.
So
you still got Witness Truth. That's not a bad list. I see you got Spence down to 6, but you still have Nonito over Naoya Inoue, even though Inoue just beat him. Because I actually have Inoue. I have Usyk in the 5th spot, Inoue in 4, but I have Inoue and not Nonito. Just a question though, bro. I don't mind you having Nonito. He's the warrior for sure.
Salute to Shaka XL. Peace for the Netherlands. Salute. Much love. Salute. Look, we're just gonna keep it going. Anybody else want some free smoke? Y'all gonna answer the question. Anthony.
What question?
He keeps talking about the WBA and the WBO and all this other stuff.
Oh my God. Okay, listen. Okay. No one gives a damn about Dillian White's rankings in the WBO or the WBA. I'm answering the question, so listen up. We don't care. We're not talking about it because it's totally irrelevant to what we are talking about concerning Dillian White. Now, what we're talking about concerning Dillian White is the fact that Wilder is ducking and avoiding him. That's what we're talking about. Sir, that has nothing to do with the WBO and the WBA. So what does his rankings matter? Jeez.
These guys don't want the truth. Like anything to protect his man Wilder. Anything to protect the guy that don't want to take the fight. Come on now.
What's Wilder's ranking in the WBO and the WBA? Huh? What's that? How about that?
Hey, look. We got it says Errol Spence Jr. a victim of media. No, he's a victim of hype. Just hype being pumped. I guess you could say media to a degree when they're saying that Floyd sparring was everything. They act like he fought and beat Floyd, and we're talking sparring. Yeah. So that's really where all this hype came from.
And Errol Spence is a victim of himself, and being enthralled with what's going on in the media. It's not the media. Like, we have to stop blaming the media. These guys are young men. They're individuals. You don't have to be so enthralled with what's going on in the media. Do you see Terrence Crawford being enthralled with what's going on in the media? Even Errol Spence's excuses about why he looked a certain way in the fight has to do with what people say. Well, they said I couldn't do this, so I fought this way. They said I couldn't do this, so I fought this way. So it's not the media, it's Spence.
And look, accountable. And we're going to shout out to Ron Boy Fresh real quick. What's up, Slim? And we're going to give him a quick shout out because we see B Brazy in here saying Spence beats everybody. And we're going to kick this one to Ron Boy Fresh. And I'm going to answer it for you, Ron Boy. Boogeyman Bud is the reason why Spence won't take the fight. Boogeyman Bud is why Spence has avoided the fight, not interested in the fight. That's the one fight that can make Errol Spence top 5 pound for pound if he beats Bud Crawford, but he won't even take the fight. He won't take the fight. And we've already seen Spence's limitations. They don't want it with Terrence Crawford. Let's be honest.
Yeah, B Brazy's he over there. He knows the sports channel, so that's why he coming over here with that nonsense. B Brazy, listen. None of the narratives that you come over here with from there is gonna fly, and I'm pretty sure you can't give a fact because you don't really have many facts. Crawford got dropped by Mean Machine. See, this is what he does. That's B Brazy. See, he's over there he's been listening to the Rock Biter, Tom Ross.
See, this is what happens when you got a guy that don't know nothing about boxing. Hold on, Mr. Perfect. Hold on, let's get to Mr. Perfect real quick. Mr. Perfect says, why don't IBFP show his face hiding the truth I see? Hold on. Here we go again.
Here we go.
Man begging to see another man's face. Look, if you want to see my face so bad, tell your wife, she can FaceTime me if that's really what you want to do, because that's all you're going to end up doing is giving her away. You're going to get her took. You're going to lose it to the game, my brother. See, that's why any man on here begging to see another man's face, something ain't right. something that you probably at the rodeo with chocolate giddy up right now looking for old boy's neck. You guys don't want the truth.
And you say, why don't he show his face to hide the truth? You fool, he giving you the truth. You open your ears, listen. You don't have to see. You can shut your eyes and listen. Shut your mouth and your eyes and listen for the truth. He giving you the truth. You don't have to see his face to get the truth. Shut up and listen.
And look, and let's be real. And Ron Boy Fresh spoke the truth. It's amazing. Bud fans want the Errol fight. Errol fanboys want everybody else but Bud. That's 100% factual. Why does nobody want them to keep that same energy? Because for Keith Thurman, they were begging for the fight. For Bud Crawford, oh, we can let it marinate. We want to play A side, B side. Oh, let's clean up our side of the street. There's 1,001 excuses.
Right. Don't want to hold him accountable, man. You know, he going to come in the interview, talk all this nonsense. I'll fight Danny. I'll fight Manny. I'll fight Crawford. No, you won't. And if he do, he's going to get beat. But he's not going to do that. But if you're going to talk all that, if he looks good in his next fight, then he should get it.
First of all, B. Brazy got his picture on her looking like a Mississippi pimp. This is why he can't speak facts. You looking like a Mississippi pimp with all this fake jewelry on. Come on here and speak a fact and we can debate. These guys don't want the truth.
That's not a fact. That is definitely not a fact that you just put up there.
You're absolutely right, Lydia. They got to be in love. Something wrong with these dudes want to see a man like that. You want to look me in the eye? No, that ain't for you, my brother. That is not for you. We don't play over here at the IBFP.
Lydia, you got to understand, he subscribed to a guy that put up 100 videos about how Errol Spence was going to stop Sean Porter. And he follows him faithfully, this guy, B. Brazy. So, that's, they all hang together in the whole clique over there. The rock biter, he's over there with all of them.
These guys don't want the truth. These fans are delusional. These guys don't want the truth. These guys want to look me in the eyes. These guys want to hold my hand. These guys want to go out to dinner. What's wrong with these dudes? You are a grown man. I am a boy, Damon. What's wrong with you? You need to worry about finding your friend's neck. That's what you need to worry about. Don't come looking for me. Look for this man's neck. That's what you need a picture of. These guys don't want it.
Just open your ears, man. Spit some facts. Why y'all guys worried about this man's face, man?
Come on. And address he knows the sport. He knows the sport said, don't trust a guy who never shows his face. Let me address and I know he knows the sport. Listen, he's probably the first dude that put the like button up. But let me explain because this is the only place he can get real boxing talk. So let me explain to him. He said, IBFP don't want to show your neck. Don't want to show your face. Let me tell you this. He don't even want to show his subs. He don't want to show his hairline. His hairline has been pushed so back. He got a baby Stephen A back there. What are we talking about? Come on now.
I know one thing he need to take note and show one face and put the blocker up on the Tom Ross side because don't nobody need to be looking in that man's mouth night after night, man. That's a tragedy what's going on inside of there. He must have been ejected out the car with Errol Spence. Wait, them teeth look, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If they want to step in the chat, I'll send. And he knows the sport. I've sent him a link personally. I've offered Tom Ross a debate. I'll body either one of them on the IBFP live stream. That's easy work. That's not even hard. That's nothing for me. That's nothing. These dudes is garbage truck juice. And I'll repeat, garbage truck juice.
Tom Ross is not even worth it, man. Tom Ross he's not even worth the time to debate. I tried to get this dude in debate. Cage with me 5 or 6 times. His own partner on his own live told him you need to go debate the guy. He didn't want to go debate. So, but that guy can't debate. He just regurgitates everything he hears from he knows the sports. He doesn't even have a mind of his own, man. He's like a little photocopying machine, bro. He just regurgitates he knows the sports lunatic narratives. That's all.
JB says he knows the sports hairline is dead and gone. B. Brazy says, send me a link. Look, I'll tell you what, Mississippi Pimp, if you want a link, state a significant fact that you want to debate, and I'll send you one. Same with you, Anthony Fake Chain Lumar. Samuel Shaw got you, D. He said you miss being He Knows the Sports sidekick.
Yeah, let him tell it. You let him tell it. That's why. All right, you gotta understand. I'm Batman and you Robin and all of this, man. You gotta be out your mind. That show ain't been the same since I left that foolishness, man. No substance over there.
2 hands up says at this point they septic tank juice. You're absolutely right. Video said Broken Teeth Promotions. Shout out to Tom Ross.
Broken Teeth Promotions. Man, I'm telling you, the rock biter. Y'all seen that? What is that? Lords of the Ring? That's the Tom Ross. He was one of the rock biters. Sitting up there eating rocks.
Look, D, nobody else want this smoke. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. D, you want to say anything before we sign off, my brother?
Hey man, look, for all of y'all that's not out there, haters or not, subscribe because you gotta be on IBFP. This is not gonna be the last time we're gonna give y'all this smoke, but
every Thursday we're gonna be here. Every single Thursday we're gonna be here, same time, same place, giving you the D, IBFP, the landlord, and we making evictions every single Thursday.
You got it. I'm here. All right, guys. So y'all enjoy y'all day. I will be coming with a couple of little lives here later, but I appreciate you always, Newt.
Salute, my brother. For the love of sports,
let's talk about it.